Yeah. I was gonna say power wash that dash.
Doors. Got it through out the bottom. Door open. Problem.
Well, me and Dink in there got both side ball joints done. New uppers and lowers, thicker rotors, new pads. We had rotors up there. The whole upper side of this thing is full of walnuts. And then But we're back on the ground. Of course, it's took us 2 days because these are sucky ball joints to have to do. They're squish style on the bottom, so you got to drill all the way through and then hammer out what's left. It sucks. But that's all done. Tomorrow, start mounting the small big block of the 360 there. And he's going to finish cleaning out the car. Fun. Alrighty, we got the ball joints done. Everything's sitting back nice again. So today we're going to stuff this motor in. It is quite a hog with all the garbage electrical on it. I mean, it's a mess the way Dodge does their electrical. It goes everywhere on the motor. I mean, everywhere. It's terrible. Hate it. But it's what we got, so it's what's going in. Power washed it. It's somewhat clean. It's clean enough for what we need. But we know we're going to have to make motor mounts. Our goal is just to get it somewhat in there to where the oil pan's not hitting the ground or nothing, and it stays up pretty good. Back as far as we can get it. And from that point we can let it hang, put a jack in the back to make it, you know, right. You know, you have to have a certain degree of angle back to make it work right. This thing's like 2 degrees, it ain't nothing. But we'll get the angle in there. We'll try to make some mounts to where once we can let all the weight down, it'll drop down, which is the whole point. Because we don't know how low we need to go in the front still. We could still have to drop the front, which would suck, but this is where we're at. So I'm gonna put some straps and stuff on the engine, get her up on the crane, and hopefully somewhat close to in. Well, I basically have the engine sitting pretty close to good where it needs to be, and the motor mounts are actually going to be pretty easy. That was until I seen this side, which it sits right on the cross member, but that's not the problem. The problem is, you see the steering shaft where it goes? Yeah, it is dead in front of that mount. So we got some problems, because that steering shaft can't come straight up and then break right 90 like instantly. It don't work like that. So we may have to hard mount this side and leave a hole through to where it can go to the firewall, which is nowhere near where it was going to go because the exhaust is completely in the way. Yeah, so it's getting interesting. Everything else is basically clear. The motor is sitting about perfectly where it needs to be. But again, that steering shaft over there is going to give us big problems. Anywho, it's sitting about full on it now. And it didn't go down much. So we're probably going to have to drop this friggin' front end. Ugh. Oh yeah.
Yep. Alan.
So here's a little update. I haven't updated anybody on the 40 in a while. I don't remember exactly where it is, but we got the engine in. We got the brake booster in. We have the pedals in. Today we are currently working on steering. We have a little piece of 1/8 inch round rod just holding it where we think we want it. Well, actually where we know we want it. And we're building a crazy setup here. We'll have to put a Heim joint in it to make sure it all flows good. Got the shift linkage all there welded. We'll have to shorten that linkage arm. No big deal. Let's go look in here. So that's the column. It's a little bit far in, but that's no big deal because our seats are going to be very adjustable. They're modern seats. We've stripped the dash. There's nothing left on it, and we're actually going to do where this had all that, I'm going to say Bakelite. I don't know exactly how you say it, but the old plastic, we're going to make it all out of wood all the way over. All these little things, we'll remake all that out of wood. We are going to be painting the floor pans with oil base. Just gloss black, just to make it look nice and sort of take away some of that stank in there. We do have to weld down the battery tray still, the pad, you know, the top of it. Let's see here. We do have the wheels that Scott has chose on here. These are actually Dakota wheels, spares, from, I don't know what year they're from, but they're just steelies. They've got, you know, the holes in them. And we've put some Vega center caps on it because they fit. We haven't started the trunk yet or any of the wiring. None of that's started yet. We ain't really doing much body work to this, but it is lowered quite a bit. Does look real good with them wheels on. Our goal today is to try to get the steering done so we can start our wiring. We'll also have to, you know, redo all the sheet metal work around where the steering is. From that point, it'll be running our wires back, doing our brake lines, running a fuel line after we get the tank in the trunk. What else do we gotta do here? I've already rebuilt the front end. We gotta do exhaust. Yeah, there's still a bunch to go, but you know, like all these holes, they'll probably have to get filled in. We don't know yet. We already did 90% of these over here. There is 1,000 holes in this thing on the firewall. Those are all factory holes. Yeah, but Scott did the firewall. I did the brake booster, ran out of paint, so it looks like crap. We'll have to get some more. We will have to make inner fenders for this also because we need somewhere, somewhere to hang our fuse box and our computer and everything like that. We'll probably end up putting the battery on the firewall. I'm not sure yet. Scott will figure that out. We ordered a eBay aluminum 4-core radiator for this. Could have been a little bigger, but hey, it'll be fine. It's 10 times the cooling capacity of the Ram. So, yeah, you know, and looking at this, inner fenders are going to be fun to figure out to make. This car might have never had inner fenders to begin with. But we'll figure that out. It is starting to be like a little bit of a hodgepodge parts on this thing, but that's the custom way, you know. We have a 40 Chrysler. We have a 97 Dakota subframe we welded on. A 97 Ram 360. A 97 Ram brake booster. A Ram steering column. A Ram fuel tank. We're using steering shafts from Dakota and from a Ram. We'll have to weld them together to make them work good. Dakota wheels, front and back. Dakota rear end. So it's a hodgepodge, but it's all Dodge. That rhymed. That was sweet. Hodgepodge, but it's all Dodge. Nice. This car, to me, just is going to be so, how would you say it? Like mafia era gangster, you know what I mean? I almost wish we were painting this car all black. This car would be sick black, like gloss black. But we're just clearing it, doing a little bit of lace work. Other than that, it's going to be sweet though. We are definitely putting together a real nice rod here. We got a little bit done today. Got the wiring ran under the car. That's the dash harness. But it's all back here, ready to put the gas tank and stuff in. We made this dash bezel basically, all out of wood. We're probably not going to put a stereo in that or anything. We're going to put stereo down low, like over in this area, because we want to keep that dash all nice and clean like that. And we have a little Chrysler emblem we're going to put on the other side. Walk around here. That's an old Buick dash. We wetted the wood and did a bunch of slits in the back to wrap this corner. It didn't go far enough, but it went plenty to where we need it. It all fits in there real nice. We're gonna find some sort of decorative screws or something to hold it on. It's really all you can do. There's really no way to mount it without that. Scotty's sanding his bumper. It had black paint on the chrome, and the chrome's toast, so we're just gonna sand it and leave it like that. Got the front end fit up. We still got a lot to do, but it's coming out real nice. Oh, we also got the drive shaft in too. It actually fit without cutting it or anything, so it worked out real sweet. Let's see here. Can't really see it, but it's in there. Yeah, so that's about it for today. Didn't get barely anything done, but we got some stuff done. We found out our clutch fan won't work, so we're gonna have to run electric fans. Gonna have to rebend the brake lines to the master cylinder because they hit the hood hinge. Got the wiring popped in right there. That's for the under dash harness. But we're moving right along, looking real good. So here's a little update. We've got the front end back off. I don't remember where we were, so I'll catch it up. I've made all the brakes, painted the valve covers. I didn't, me and Scott has. Popped a old school 360 sticker on it. Painted the firewall black. Boosters installed, everything's good up there. Let's go to this, well, and there's also, we put the sun visor on, Scott did. The front end, we made our own inner fenders because we need them. We need these just basically to put the computer on, the battery, or not the battery, but the fuse box. It's got to go up there, and this is actually a real wide shelf. So, got the radiator in, did some extra supporting, bolted all this back together. This is golden. It is on jack stands right now. Again, I was doing brake lines. We're gonna bleed them today and see how, if they turn out, if they're working good. Scott's been doing door panels and dash panel. Let me show you. I've also been doing some paint matching. And what this is navy blue, which is what the rest of the car is. And I know right now you're like, it's not navy blue. When you hit this with a Scotch-Brite, it becomes a lighter blue and matches everything. So, been doing a bunch of that. Scott has. Here's the door panels. Dark gray vinyl. This is wood, real wood. Walnut is the color we chose. Well, Scott chose. And yeah, looks great. Hit it with 2 or 3 coats of poly. Painted the window trim, dashboard, steering wheel, all that stuff. Again, that's walnut with 3 coats of clear. We do have to paint the dash, but the door panels look really nice. These are the seats he has gone with. These are from a Enclave, I believe. I think I said before. Those are the back seats of the Enclave. We have to cut them and fit them to push them back about 4 more inches. We've already made our holes in the floor for the seats. I will have to run a power and a ground wire so that way the electric's on this seat. I guess I'll have to do, I'm not sure if the passenger side has electric. Yep, I'll have to do it for the passenger side also, so we'll probably just run, off of a fuse and connect them both. Ground it probably just to the floor. I don't need anything special, but front seats will be in. We're putting carpet in here. Haven't put that in yet, but we're getting to it. Slow go, slow go. I made this trunk opening, sorry, got a little burpage, but I'm going to make the gas tank straps today. We are probably way too low because the seats weigh a ton. We took leaves out and we put 4-inch blocks, and not to mention the weight of the gas. So we'll probably end up having to take them 4-inch blocks out and the car will sit where we want it to. But for right now, it sits nice. Well, right now it's completely bottomed out. I mean, completely. It's actually hitting the rear end. So that's where we're at now. This is what we are doing. I'm going to get back at it. Scott will be here soon. He'll probably finish up this door panel. And we're going to bleed the brakes. Get the car probably back on the ground after I put the tank in. And I'm making my straps out of this. This is like 16 gauge. It'd be good and sturdy. I've done it before. Yeah, but after we bleed the brakes, get the tank in, we'll get back on the ground, test fit the front end again, make sure our inner fenders aren't hitting nothing. And from that point, it'll start wiring, battery box, and fuel lines. Got to make fuel lines too, which ain't nothing. That's pretty easy. But other than that, it's come along pretty quick. It's just he's back to work now, and of course all I do is work on cars. This is it for me. I don't want to do anything else. I'd rather be poor and work on a car than be rich and not work on a car. But that's just me. So I am going to get started on this.